Hey, my beautiful friends, welcome to all of you. I am so glad that you're here, and I hope you're glad you're here. Let's get right to today's Divine Daily Blast, shall we? We enter a Angel Numerology number 2 day. Number 2, the 2 energy is all about being diplomatic, but more importantly, keeping the faith, moving on, and please watch the negative thinking. This is about going gently and harmoniously forward, being supported or supportive, considerate, sensitive. That means allowing yourself the vulnerability of feeling what you're feeling, rather than trying to assign the feeling. If you're not feeling up to it today, if you're in a little bit of a funk, rather than finding the reason for it or pushing it aside, feel it. Allow yourself to feel it, and then get to the truth of, can I change this feeling? Can I alter the way I feel about this? Rather than really digging into, I must be feeling this because of that. I must be feeling that because of this. That kind of thing is a little bit like a carousel ride that doesn't go anywhere positive. Today, on this number 2 day, is about loving energy. The vulnerability of working in the element of the divine feminine. Above all, we're being tasked not to give up. Instead, ask for help. If you need to, reach out for support if you need to. And really, above everything else, it's a knowledge that everything's going to be okay. We just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other and following the breadcrumbs of life, the breadcrumbs of love. A number 2 day works with the 8 of Swords, or the 8 of Air, together with the Wise Counselor, which is also known as the Hierophant. You can bring in Archangel Jophiel, Archangel Raguel, to give you hope and help. Now, what's also lovely is that today the moon is traveling through the sign of Leo. And with that said, you would be well versed to get in touch with your inner warrior today and reclaim your power. Make the decision to put a stop to the energy vampires in your life. In other words, have a decision rather than go into task, and the inner warrior doesn't come up and fight with fists. The inner warrior comes up and really gets in touch with the power that lies within. In other words, you can meet the naysayers and the negative Nellies and the Debbie Downers. You can meet them with, well, how would you like me to help you feel better about the situation? Rather than jumping into the sandbox of silliness with them. My isms today. I have wonderful work in a wonderful way. I give wonderful services for wonderful pay. This comes from Florence Scovel Shinn. I think she was an author or a poet. I'm not sure who she was, but it's a quote that I found that I loved. And when I find a quote where the author of it created it, I want to give them kudos, or I want to give them credit, rather than just saying it like, where did this come from? I am grateful for everything I've received so far and for what is on the way. Yesterday, I was having a little bit of I can't say a meltdown, but those days where something hits you on the side of the head and you're thinking, I don't really know what I'm going to do about this. It had to do with my healthcare plan. Somehow or another, I got enrolled in a healthcare plan as part of some Medicaid expansion last November, but nobody told me. Nobody picked up the phone and said, hey, listen, this is what's going on. I was sure things came flooding through my mailbox, but when no one really informs you, And I get these calls all the time from somebody saying, well, we'd like to come and give you a healthcare check. Well, you can do whatever you want to do. I don't think I want people traipsing through my house asking me a bunch of silly fool questions when I don't know them. And that's just me being ratchet. So I'm sure at some point in the last 10 months, one of these things happened. Anyway, as a result, the healthcare plan that I had already signed up for got expired or was deleted or something, and I wasn't sure what to do. The part that got me all twisted up like a pretzel is that, and I can giggle about it now because it really is silly, you get a phone number you have to call to sort it out. I called the telephone number. I got somebody on the line. I'm asking questions as we go along, and I kept getting this rather official lady say, just 1 second, I'm trying to explain. As I explained to you before, blah, 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 blah. As I did this before, and it got to the point where I'm not getting anywhere with this person. I'm just going to put it on speakerphone, sit here, do my crochet, and listen to them talk. And then at the end of it, I'm like, well, tell me what to do because I don't know. And she went off again on the, I've been trying to tell you this, that, and the other thing. Anyway, I realised at the end of that call, I'm not 5 years old. I do have a grain of intelligence, and I think it'll be okay. So I said, thank you so much for all the information. It was helpful, although I don't know what to do with it. I'm going to do something and find out on my own what to do. The next phone call was much, much better. Then I put my hands together, my eyes down, and said, angels of love, angels of light, God of source, bring me a solution to this situation. And with that, I got a text message from somebody saying, I'm going to wish you all the blessings of magic and miracles today. I'm thinking, oh, there's the source energy saying, yep, it's coming. Then several phone calls later, I got it sorted out. But the point I'm making, always be grateful for what's happening. Always be grateful for what's coming. Because when we get hit with a side thing like that, something comes at us, like I shared with you a few weeks ago, I had a flat battery in my vehicle. I wasn't sure what to do. A client suggested the AAA came and got a battery. It was all sorted out by the end of the day, and my truck did not have to leave the driveway. These are everyday crisis that pops up where we're really not sure what the answer is, but there is an answer, and the answer is to go within, seek out your higher being, be patient, and try to get out of that negative Nelly thinking, that crazy crisis mode. When we're in that crazy crisis mode, guess what, people? We create more crazy crisis. We just create it. We're just spinning our wheels and the muck is going everywhere. Gratitude is the engine. Love is the fuel. We have to be grateful. Every little thing. Green lights, thank you. Parking space close to the front of the store, thank you. Even if there's not a parking space close to the front of the store, and you're thinking, I've got to walk all that way with this buggy and go get my shopping. Well, thank you for the walk. Maybe I'll find something on the way. And inevitably, I've looked down and there have been pennies on the ground. There have been all sorts of things. So even in these contrasting adverse situations that do pop up, they will pop up. The world is full of them. We can find a reason to look at it in a different way. I think it's because we've been conditioned to look at things in a negative way. Here's our angel affirmation for the day. We are messengers from Source whose entire purpose is to make you feel safe. Trust that you are adored and protected in all ways. And this is from the Guardian Angels. Today I choose faith over fear. I stand tall in my trust in the divine. I just got through saying all the rest of it before I even read that card. I wonder sometimes if I pull these cards and sit on it and come up with a message, what message that would be. But I like the fact that it just flows, and here's confirmation. Now, we have Mother Earth with us, or Earth Mother, I should say. Earth Mother with us all week. Really talking about evolution. Evolution of mankind, evolution of the earth, evolution of energy, evolution of all that we're doing, evolution of expansion. Everything is flowing and going and getting greater. We're being encouraged to go through cupboards, throw out spices, get rid of clothes that are not working anymore. Literally downsizing in stuff. And when we're downsizing in all the stuff, we can level up and expand out with things that are not of the material, things that are not of the tangible. There's things that you don't need. Do you really need that many wooden spoons? Do you really need that many placemats? How many people are expected to come to dinner? Do you really need that many plates? I'm being a bit naughty. I don't think I think of my parents when I say things like that and giggle, because my beautiful parents were born right after the Depression, certainly during World War II. They were children, so really they didn't have much of a childhood at all. Everything was make do. Everything was, we have to fix it, make it. We have to figure out a way to find fun with the simplest of things. All right, so moving on to Lakshmi and Ganesh. Now, this is prosperity vibration. You are attracting health, wealth, and happiness. This is what everybody wants. We want good health, we want lots of wealth, and we want to be happy. And these two are Hindu deities, or gods, if you will, Hindu energies. They were part of Lakshmi. I think Lakshmi and Ganesh, I'd have to look that up, are sort of talked about a lot when they are part of the Indian celebration of light, which is called Diwali. But basically the message that's with us all week long is letting opportunities surround us that bring us health, happiness, joy, success. They're also talking about whatever projects we're working on. This is a confirmation that we're on the right path, and we're going to start enjoying the fruits of our labor. So if you've been planning on something and you're kind of sort of like, well, when is this all going to kick off? When am I going to be able to get where I'm going? Know that that's all coming. Spend extra time on gratitude. When you do, you magnetize more of the health, the wealth, the happiness, and you have more and more and more reasons to be grateful. If you feel you've been up against challenges or issues like I was yesterday, Lakshmi and Ganesh are encouraging you to keep going, which is what this number 2, diplomacy, keep going, walk the walk, talk the talk, don't give up. The barricades you are pushing through are actually an opportunity for letting you see how committed and focused you are to bringing your vibration or your vision into reality. What you believe you're going to achieve. But we have to keep doing it, which is hard. It's hard to keep going when you think everybody else has given up. We don't give up. We just don't give up. I used to teach yoga, and that was one of the things that we taught. Stick with it. Stay with it. Stay with the pose. Breathe through the challenges. When you want to come out of a pose, stay in the pose. Be with what's coming up. And whatever's coming up, whatever resistance is coming up, whatever anguish is coming up, whatever feelings are coming up, feel the feeling and find a way to work through it. That's really what we're here for. This is what this adventure is all about. The adventure of life is working through these things. All right. Angels and auras, guides, bring us a card and a message for today that we can all, let's see, where am I going to just pick this one right here. We can all get something from. Blessings in disguise. Oh, I love this. Oh my. Okay, so we just got through talking about this. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. Your inner warrior. Your inner warrior says, I'm not going to listen to this anymore. I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to stick with it. My gut feeling tells me there's a rainbow up underneath those storm clouds. Trust, revelation, significance, and surprise. Here we've got our little girl out in the middle of the summer meadow. Could be a spring, I don't know. She has her angel right there. There's the feather. Whoops. I like her red Converse boots. Putting on red boots, red shoes, anything red means business. But what's really quite a surprise is that somebody burst her balloon. You've heard that phrase. You got your balloon popped. And it's a number 16. The colours of pink, red, magenta, green, blue, all the rainbow colours are represented. But what's interesting is when the balloon burst, all the confetti came out. So she got lots of surprises, lots of glitter. You know, I bet you that would be a good thing at a party, although the person who's hosting the party would have to clean that mess up. But can you imagine filling up balloons with confetti or glitter or things like that, blowing them up with helium, and then everybody going around popping them so they could have... That's the kind of thing Kevin Cross would do. Kevin Cross would go to that party knowing that one of those balloons had a bunch of confetti in it, but not knowing which one, and then popping them all to see. Oh, that's just me being ratchet. Anyway, choose faith over fear. When you get faced with some stuff, and you will, we all do, have the faith that it would not be put in front of you if there wasn't a solution to get through it. It's all, that's really sometimes what we have to learn. Our challenges, our mess becomes the message we have to help others with. Our challenges are just that, it's a challenge. And you can go into source energy. I'm asking you to come in and help me with this challenge. I'm asking you to come in and give me the roadmap, the pathway. Feel that this is what you're supposed to do. Even though we look in the eyes of adversity, we look in the eyes of this is a little uncomfortable, stick with it. Because we're supposed to be challenged to sit in the uncomfortable. I read a quote one time when I was learning to teach yoga. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. So if you're always looking for comfort, there's joy and there's satisfaction in comfort, for sure. I like it. Sit down, cup of tea and a biscuit, watch some telly. Oh, yes, this is good. Especially if it's a juicy soap opera. Oh, I can get into that. However, every once in a while, we do have to deal with life. And sometimes that's like wrestling a bull. Although I've never wrestled a bull, and I certainly haven't got on the back of one and done that 8-second thing that they do at the rodeo. I think that's cruel. Anyway, I digress. Listen, my friends, meet your challenges. Keep going, one foot in front of the other. You put your heart up, you put your feet down, and you're good to go. I'll see you tomorrow. Lots of love. Bye for now.